What's up, everyone? This is Ben Zinn for Epic Guitar Instruction. Thank you so much for checking out the video today. Gonna do a video lesson on the Rain Song by Led Zeppelin. Such a great tune, but we're gonna put our own little twist on it today. We're gonna do it in standard tuning as opposed to the alternate tuning that it was recorded and usually performed in. So this is a lot of fun. Learning a tune like this in standard tuning has a couple of advantages. It allows us to take the chords and ideas, riffs and licks that we're learning and apply them to other situations. New chord voicings, new ideas, all of this stuff then can be used in the tuning that we spend most of our time in. So what happens as a result, we may not see that everything sounds exactly 100% like the original, but we can get pretty darn close. So we'll take you through most of the main sections today. Let's jump right in and check them out. So the song is going to find us opening on a G5 chord, which I'm going to voice like this. And as I'm playing this chord, I want to deaden string 5 with my second finger. So in other words, I'm just kind of lightly resting that over the 5th string so that I don't hear any sound coming off of that. And I'm going to open up by backwards strumming. So from the 1st string, I'm going to sort of gently just bring my pick back. So we can let the pick kind of bounce on the strings as we start out the song here. Okay, our second chord, we're going to use the same technique, but we're going to go to a G major 7 shape here, which is just going to find me bringing my 1st finger to the 2nd fret. And same idea, that kind of backwards strumming motion. And we can kind of fill in between. The main highlight of the song is to hit each of those chords with that backward motion, but you can kind of lightly strum in between. And now we'll hit the bottom string for emphasis before we move on to our next idea here. So our next little piece, again, we're adapting this from the alternate tuned original, but we can get pretty close to this lick here. 4th fret and 6th fret of strings 3 and 2. I'm going to slide into those. Now I'm going to come to double 4th frets, 4th fret and 3rd fret, and then finally ending up on a 3-note chord here, which would be the 5th fret, 3rd fret, and 4th fret. This kind of spells out an E flat chord. So that section. Okay, now we're going to return to our G idea with another little twist here. So there I'm striking the low 3rd string, and I have my ring finger pre-fretting the 2nd string here. My 1st finger is free to do a little sus2 on the G chord. So there's a great example of how learning this in our standard tuning will open some new doors for other ideas. There we have a nice little voicing for a G sus2 that you can use when you're jamming, writing your own song, whatever the case may be. It's a good sounding chord. I like it. Okay, as you're noticing, this tune is in the key of G, and this is a great tune to jam with a friend. If you guys want to take this thing and riff off on it a little bit and do some soloing, we want to help you out with that. We want to show you some scales that will work over the top of this. Major scales diagrammed all across the neck, modes that you could use for this, pentatonics, all the good stuff you'd want to get going in jamming and doing your own thing with it. So if you want that, just click on the link that you see below, and we'll send you all of that information, all diagrammed out, and further enhance what you're working on, all of that good stuff. And we're going to send you a free video lesson. It's all for free. All you got to do is click on the link. Moving on, we're going to move up the neck and play some higher chord voicings. I'm going to take this D shape up here and start it at the 7th fret, making it a G chord. So those top 3 strings, that old familiar D shape, And now I'm going to come back here, and this is going to be 7th fret, 5th fret, and 5th fret. Back to the original D shape, but let's do the old sus4 move where we add the pinky, and then return to the original shape. So this section, recapping once again, first 4 shapes. Now, we're going to do this little move here where I'm holding down the 7th fret of the 3rd string and the 5th fret of the 2nd string. I'm going to play these 2 notes together, and then I'm going to slide them up to the 10th fret. And finally, I'm going to add my pinky to the 13th fret here. Now, all I did was hammer on there. I didn't actually pick the string. It's a pretty dissonant chord, and so I wanted to kind of soften the blow a little bit of hearing that chord by just sneaking that note in there. Okay, so our whole upper register chords one more time. You'll do that twice. And now we'll move into another great new chord shape that we learned from this song in standard tuning. We have this G♯9 sliding into a G9. Now in the alternate tuning, it's a lot easier to do because this is a funky chord shape here, but that's what's great about this. We have a brand new chord that we can add to our vocab.
That chord sounds expensive.
Yes, it does. Ka-ching! So we get this great sound of our G♯9 sliding down to the G9 into a G minor 9. Okay, so our G minor 9, we can think about that as just a G9 bar chord here. Excuse me, we can think about that as a G minor bar chord here, adding the 9 up here with the pinky. And now we're going to go into this series of moves here. Basically, what you're going to want to start out here is with a C chord anchoring all 3 of these fingers here. So we have our pinky, our middle finger, and our first finger anchoring at the 2nd fret here, the 1st fret here, that's 2nd string, and then pinky riding the wave here at the top on the 1st string, 3rd fret. So all of those fingers will stay put, and our 3rd finger will be our rover finger here, and we'll kind of move around a little bit within this shape. Starting at the 3rd fret, all the while my middle finger is ready to press down on the 2nd fret when I lift off. And then my 3rd finger completes a C major chord there. I grab the root of the chord. So I'm just kind of moving the root note around of this shape. Now, depending on where you're at in the song, oftentimes it'll repeat back to this sliding 9th chord. Back to the minor 9. And then repeat. Let's go again. And if you want to arpeggiate in between these hits, that's all gravy. Lots of overdubs on the tune, you know, strings happening, all sorts of good, gooey goodness. So you can duplicate that by just kind of filling in some of these chord shapes by picking within, doing a little bit of strumming, however you feel. Now, after this, have a little bit of single note play that we'll be doing here. So what we're going to do here, so I'll start out by holding down the A note at the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and I'm going to play that together with my 4th string open. So a little 2-note chord to start the run. Now I'll hit the 2nd string open twice. Now here is the quick succession of notes that we see in this run. 2nd fret, 3rd string, 2nd string open, 3rd string open, back to the 2nd fret, 1st fret of the 4th string, 3rd string open, 4th string open. Let's tie that all together. That's the thing to get down. You're going to want to alternate pick that. Once you have that, the rest of the lick will come together pretty easily. Let's back up for a moment. So we have the 2-note idea to start. 2nd string open twice. Then our run. Okay, now we're basically going to repeat that idea and just make some tweaks. Second time, we're going to start with a 2-note idea that looks like this. 1st fret on the 4th string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string. We'll play those two together. And then play the exact same stuff we just did. So exact same rundown. Now 3rd time through, we're going to start with this 2-note idea. 2nd fret at the 4th string. And we're going to do the exact same rundown with one alteration. Instead of playing the 1st fret, 4th string, I'm going to go up to the 2nd fret. Let's break down that 3rd time through once more. Okay, and then finally, we're just moving up in half steps here, as you can see. We're going to end up on the 3rd fret, 4th string. We're going to play these 2 notes together. This time we'll close out with a different tail. Simpler, but that's just 1st string open, 3rd fret, 2nd string, open 2nd string, open 3rd string. Woo! That is a handful. Let's try that all together now. Nice slow tempo, just starting from that single note idea. So once again, we're back here. 4th string open, 2nd fret. Here it is all together. Okay, and final piece that we'll take a look at here is going to find us doing some nice jazzy chord shapes here in standard tuning, starting with a C major 7 voicing. And once again, after I highlight that by strumming, I can kind of fill in with some arpeggiating to a B minor 7. Now to an A7 sus4. Now let's do a little lick after we play the A7 sus4. We're going to slide from the 3rd fret, hammer on pull off from the 3rd fret. So we started here, we strummed, and now we're going to walk down with a bar. So that was 5th fret, 3rd string, 4th string, and then 3rd fret here on the 5th string. So I'll do that lick twice. Now this completes our cycle. We're going to end up here with this G sus2 from before. And at this point, that whole chord cycle will start over. So you're back at the beginning now, going through all of these sections here. Okay, everyone, that's it for our lesson on the Rain Song adapted for standard tuning. I hope you guys have fun with it. It's one of my favorite Zeppelin tunes. Such a great mellow tune in their catalog amongst so many great tunes. So enjoy. Be sure to check out our other videos on our YouTube channel. And hey, if you like what we're doing, click the subscribe button. That way you'll find out when we post new videos. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know how we're doing. And share the channel with your friends. You know, let folks know. Help us spread the word. We certainly do appreciate it. I do thank you so much again for checking us out here. I'm Ben for Epic Guitar Instruction, and I will see you next time.